Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Jeff's Baking Blog. Today I'm going to make lemon posset tarts. So these are going to use some of the tart cases that I made with my pâte sucrée pastry in a previous video, and they're going to be filled with a lovely lemon posset. Lemon posset is such a great dessert. It's so easy to make, and it's so rich and thick and creamy. It's probably my favourite dessert actually. So I'm going to make enough with 600 millilitres of cream, which would be more than enough to fill all of the tart cases which I made, but I don't have that many left now because I've already used some of them. But I will use the excess posset anyway. That's fine. So I'm also going to put a little bit of fruit on the top, some blueberries or some raspberries, just to add a little bit extra. And as I said, it's a very easy recipe, and I'll go on to the ingredients. So I have here some of the cases which I made, and then I have 100 millilitres, which is 6 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, and that's actually the juice in my case from 2 lemons. I have 150 grams, 3/4 of a cup of caster sugar, 600 millilitres of cream, which is 2½ cups, and I have the zest from those 2 lemons which I used to get that juice there. I also have some blueberries to put on the top and some raspberries to put on the top. And so the first thing we need to do is to heat the cream with the sugar and the lemon zest, and then we're going to allow it to gently boil for 3 minutes. So I'll put the sugar and the zest into a saucepan, and then I'll add my cream. And I'm going to put that onto the heat, and I'm going to stir it constantly. I'm going to heat it gently, and I'll stir it constantly until it is just about boiling. And then at that stage I will strain it out to remove the lemon zest, and then I'll put it back into the saucepan, but I'll explain that as we go. So I'll put the heat on, and immediately I will start to stir it, and I'm going to keep stirring it until it is just about coming to a boil. And this first stage is to allow the flavour of the zest to be infused into the cream basically. And I can see that my cream is just about to boil, so I'm going to strain off the lemon zest. Now I should say that you don't have to strain it off. If you want to leave the lemon zest in your posset, you can do that. I prefer not to feel the texture of the lemon in the smooth posset, but it's up to you. So I'm just going to pass that through a sieve. And then I'm going to pour the cream back into the saucepan and bring it to a boil and stir it as it gently simmers for about 3 minutes. So my cream is just starting to boil now around the edges, and I'm going to keep stirring it. You have to be very careful to make sure it doesn't boil over, and I'm going to turn the heat down and just keep stirring it for 3 minutes. And that's been 3 minutes now, so I'm going to turn the heat off, and I'm going to pour in my lemon juice, and I'm going to stir that around, and it's going to quickly thicken the cream. And I'm going to put that into a jug. So there's my cream in the jug, and I'm just going to leave that for a few minutes because it's very, very hot. It will start to thicken, and then I'm going to put it into my tart cases. And having left my cream, or my posset should I say, for a couple of minutes, I'm simply going to take some and put it into the tart cases. And I'm going to leave those to set up for just a little while, and as they begin to cool down they will set. They're going to go into the fridge to set fully, but once they've set a little bit, I'll come back and I'll put some blueberries or raspberries on the top. So I've allowed the posset to set just a little bit in the tart cases, and I put some fruit on the top, some blueberries and some raspberries. So I'll show you what they look like now. So I haven't put very much on, just enough I think, like that. And you could dust them with icing sugar, but they're not fully set yet. They're going to go into the fridge for an hour to 2 hours at least, so that the posset actually sets into a nice thick cream. And I also, with the remaining posset, filled the 8-inch 20cm tart case that I made, and I've just put some fruit on that as well. But as far as a taste is concerned, I've just cobbled together one with lots of raspberries in, and I'll have a taste of this one. And again, it's not fully set yet, but it's good enough. That's so good. The posset is lovely and rich, and when they set, it's going to be even creamier because it's going to be thicker on the tongue. And then of course the raspberry flavour comes through as well, and that lovely buttery pastry crust. So this is a very easy recipe. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me the thumbs up below and click to subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the top right hand corner of the screen there will be an eye that you can click on, and that will take you to a link for the recipe, and I'll put a link below the video as well. And I'll be back with another recipe in the very near future. So until then, happy baking.